We're good, boys. Welcome to the Manhood Neat Podcast. Hey, believe it or not, guys, this is the light episode. This is episode number, well, it's actually like 20.5 because I had a little half episode with Caparelli. But it's our 20th episode together.
Right on.
So we're going to be doing the review of the top 10 so far. So this is not rating the last 10 we had. This is the top 10 of all time. Granted, we've only had 20. So, but
Only.
it's going to get bigger and bigger as time goes on.
Milestone.
That's not bad. I never thought we'd make it that far.
No, nobody. Most people did not.
It's a celebration.
Yeah.
and
If the weather had its way, we wouldn't have
That's right.
this far.
And not only that, we're actually going to crack it. I'm burping. Crack into the infinity bottle for tonight's drink. And so we're not going to do a full review on it because it's not like anybody can ever recreate this. Probably. And
What's your guess again? It's going to taste like what?
Evan Williams. Yeah. So actually, I'm wondering is if every infinity bottle will taste the same.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like just be like kind of like. Have you ever done a hobo soup supper?
Yep.
They always taste the same, no matter who brings what. It's always.
And it's always
Now,
good, though.
You guys are keeping track of this data so that someday we can have a top 10 infinity bottle.
Yeah, technical data.
Yeah, it's in the database.
It's in the database.
Perfect.
So, anyways, obviously there's only three of us here again tonight. We got Rob,
Hello.
we got Ben Lewis,
Hello.
and I'm here as well. So, before we jump into this, guys, anything big going on since the last time we talked?
I got a couple of additions to our family. I don't want to call it a farm. We're not a farm.
Homestead?
What do you got?
There we go. We got a couple little cats.
Oh. Are you feeding them out as well?
What's that?
Are you going to feed them out?
I was waiting for them to lay eggs,
Oh, okay.
but I heard that doesn't work.
Not real well.
No.
Put them on grain the last 90 days.
Yeah.
Right before.
Yeah, I know we got a couple. Since we had chickens, I heard that then your mouse population can go up. So we grab, and our current cat, great cat, just, I mean, if you're not a cat person, you probably disagree with me, but she was getting old, so she wasn't really mousing as much. So I'm like, hey, I mentioned to my wife that we might need to get a cat or two just to kind of increase to make sure that they're out. These are outside cats, by the way. You know, help keep the population
like
down or
cats,
whatever.
man.
So, sure enough, somebody at church had some cats, and now we're the owners of two of those.
Now, don't get spiders, because spiders give away chicken eggs.
Ooh.
Yep, to rats. I've seen a movie about it.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be careful of them.
Stupid
I get
shit.
it.
And they like pigs too for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know.
weird.
They're weird.
Ben, what's been going on, man?
Not a ton, man. It's kind of been quiet around the house because we've been short one kid this week. My son went on a mission trip with the church.
Cool.
Down to New Orleans. I hope it's been a great, fairly eventful, fairly uneventful week as well. But he's had the chance to go down, and just share some time with some kids that live in inner city New Orleans. It's something that our church has done for almost 35 years, and my older kids got to do it, and now Henry's doing it, and I'm really hopeful that it's as impactful on him as it was my other kids. He was ticked about not being able to go to some football camps and missing some baseball games, but I said, this is better, dude. This is better. And so hopefully when he gets home, which is just in a day or two, I'll really find out if it was impactful or not.
Cool.
Right on.
Cool. For me, just still trying to do the whole recovery thing from, figuring all that out. So we got back to spraying and planting and stuff. But on a cooler, happier note, a few weeks ago, I talked about it, that I found somebody to get my dad's gold wing running. It is done.
Oh, nice.
So actually tomorrow I'm going to go pick it up. I'm super excited about it. Really happy that it's done. Super happy that it's only costing me half of what I assumed it would.
Ooh.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So the super cool thing is you'll have two bikes
they both run.
that both run, and I might be able to come over and ride with you.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Didn't want to invite myself on your bike, but
you got a helmet still?
I have a helmet.
man.
I'm licensed. Let's do it.
So if you want to do, we should just come along and do a Wednesday night ride. Meet up with Cerminos.
That'd be
and
awesome.
All them and
yeah,
be good
plan that
stuff.
out.
So yeah, definitely.
You think you can pull off the leather chaps and all that stuff, Rob? Or
I don't have the chaps. I do have the leather jackets still.
Now my question is, would you rather ride the FJR or the Wing?
ooh,
I'll have to look at the Wing. I've seen it. Man, that's a toss-up, dude. I
Yeah.
kind of like the old school thing.
One's classic cool,
I
and
know,
one's
man.
modern fast. So
Nobody really sees the Wings anymore.
no, not the old school Wings.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know. That's your dad's though. I wouldn't want to do.
Well, as long as I get to ride it first, then I'll be okay
Well,
with
yeah.
riding it.
yeah.
Which I'm going to tomorrow when I ride it home.
There you
So,
there you go.
but yeah, but no, I'm super excited about
Well,
that.
the cool thing is if we went on a ride together, then we could just switch off whenever we stop.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
How does it work with like motorcycle like geometry? Like, you know, like a guy that's 6'2", like Rob, guy that's like 5'11", 6 foot like you. Like, is there a big difference like in the way bikes fit? How does that work?
Yeah. I mean, a little bit.
Sometimes you buy a bike based on your size, but for the most part,
Well, and a motorcycle.
I just sit on it
Yeah,
differently.
and nobody buys a bike and leaves it the same. Like
Yeah,
everybody
really, for
customizes
sure.
it to you. So like, but honestly, the FJR and the Goldwing sit fairly similar.
Really?
cool.
Totally different riding styles, but they sit similar. So
Like one you're all stretched out and one you're more.
no, they like both of them are pretty much knees. Like your knees are
90
a little
degree.
hit. Yeah, 90 degree. Your feet are just below your shoulders,
Right.
type thing.
Yeah.
So the only thing difference is like the FJR's got pegs. The Wing has floorboards.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. So, yeah, but one's, I mean, quite a bit faster than the other. But the Wing, I like honestly, like I'm really excited about the Wing because I either want a brand new Gold Wing, like the current body style, or that body style because it's just old enough to be like vintage and cool. Doesn't have any technology on it other than like no, it doesn't really have any. So it has an analog tack and all that stuff. So it's not trying to be modern. And then the new one is modern, but like the 2004 to like 2012 one or whatever, like it just kind of didn't age well. And then also so before that would have been the was that 91 to 2003? I think that was the 1500s. But anyways, it didn't really age well either.
No.
So like this one is pre-technology, so it's just cool, but it still has all the comfy seat and does have air
That's
ride.
cool.
So I'm excited about it. All right, guys. So this is the top 10 of all time, and then we will do this again in another 10 episodes for the 30th.
Awesome.
And so I'm really excited about it because the first time we did this, we only had 10 bourbons, and so we're just basically reviewing the scores of 10. But now we actually have 20, so half of them aren't making the list, guys.
Not on it.
Yeah, I bet
Right.
some are gonna break in from the class.
Like we're not talking about Old Bardstown.
I wonder if we'll lose any
Oh, man.
listeners because they're not on the top 10.
Oh, like Old Bardstown?
Dun, dun.
Probably.
Yeah.
Not. Yeah. So
Who sent us that one?
We don't want them
Who
listening
bought that
anyway.
one?
sponsor for Old Bardstown. I'll have to look that back up. So though I do think that when we hit our 100th episode, or maybe our 50th, let's set a little lower expectations for ourselves.
That's right.
When we hit our 50th, we'll do the top 10 and the bottom 3.
All right.
Because it's always fun to know what's terrible. So, but before we drop into that,
Terrible.
you guys tasted this Infinity bottle yet?
Not yet.
No.
Just we don't have to go through the whole thing formally. Just anything, what do you think about it?
Honestly, palate wise, all I'm tasting, all I'm smelling is the alcohol. Now I get a little bit of.
I got some vanilla.
Yeah, I was gonna say vanilla.
So this Infinity bottle, if you want to know what it is, look at episodes starting after the last top 10. So episode, I think it's like 12 on iTunes. Episode 11 of full episodes up until this one, and you'll know what's in it. Basically, it's pretty well an even pour of each, but we're just randomly guessing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Some might have got a little bit more of a pour than others.
Yeah, I don't think that a whole lot of the South Dakota in this.
No, that I got a drop or two probably, but let's give it a shot.
I was tasting peanut butter.
I taste peanut butter too.
Did you?
Yeah,
I was like, what? I was kind of surprised. I was like, what? Where'd that
there's a
come
lot of
from?
peanut in there.
Yeah,
That's odd
that is.
because it tastes nothing like any of the bourbons we had.
No.
It's minty and spicy.
Yeah.
I think.
On the
But on
back.
the finish,
Yeah.
yeah.
On the finish for sure.
Do you get peanut butter on the front side?
I didn't get peanut butter right away. No.
A little strawberry.
Strawberries and peanut butter, my favorite.
I was say,
Peanut butter.
what's going on?
It's actually not bad.
It's not.
No, I'd drink this.
Yeah.
We'll probably.
Yeah. Well, actually, the sad thing, guys, is we have to kill that so we can start fresh next
You
time.
need a new bottle. Got some slushes in our future. This would be a good slush, wouldn't it? I mean,
little pe-
I think it
anything's
probably
really a
would.
good
A
slush.
little peanut butter slush?
Yeah, a little peanut butter slush.
I'm guessing the proof on this one's about 105.
Do you think it's that high?
Yeah, we've had some pretty high stuff here in this bottle. Because we had the 1792, we had the Heaven's Door, was
Right.
cast strength. The Dickel was 101.
That was
I'd probably say
maybe not 105.
probably about 100.
Yeah, probably.
About 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's basically bottled in bond.
But yeah.
For Nebraska
It's bottled in bond. Yeah. Close enough for government standards. So,
It actually coats the glass pretty good.
yeah, it's
Did you
not
notice that?
it's not bad.
It's not really going down.
We couldn't duplicate this if we wanted to.
No.
No,
I mean-
because I have no idea what's in there.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Well,
I
the
think
last
I
10
think it would
bourbons.
sell.
Well, yeah. But I mean, as far as amounts,
Oh, yeah.
because I ain't going to lie, there's a little full disclosure. There have been times that I may have poured a little bit out into a glass and then poured more into out of the bottle.
So you
I may have doctored it
you got a
outside of the show.
head start on this one.
Yeah. So,
He was scared of what it was going to taste like.
well, I was just wondering.
Did you go back and pour some 1920 in there just to?
No, I never did that. So basically, there was times that, like, we poured a little bit in, like during the show.
Yeah.
And then I had like maybe there was like one finger of a pour left in the bottle, and I just poured it in as opposed to do anything else with it.
It's actually not bad, though. God,
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
Don't tell our listeners that we generally kill a bottle every.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I will say though, if you are listening to this and you've never done an infinity bottle, let us know what you thought of yours. And like,
Oh, there you go.
and if you've done more than one, have they varied in flavor much? You can reach us multiple ways. You can hit us via email at
info@manhood.neat.
or at manhood.
Oh, sorry. Let me do that again. info@manhoodneat.com.
Yeah, there we go.
Jeez.
Or you can hit us up at manhood.neat@gmail.com. You can hit us on Twitter at manhoodneat or on the Instagrams at manhoodneat. So just let us know if you've done it. If you've done it, you can hit us for a lot of other reasons too. But my question this time is, have you done an infinity bottle? What did you think of the results? And if you've done more than one, did you notice a large flavor profile difference?
Yeah. Cool.
So we'd like to know.
Very cool.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy one for home now because that really intrigued me.
So actually, I have a bottle that I want to use in the future. So we still have that Cooperstown over there for
yeah.
future review. But
You want to make that your infinity?
Yeah.
That's a good
The
idea.
baseball, it's just a cool looking bottle.
Cool looking bottle.
It is cool.
So, and the nice thing is the label on it is just glued on, so I can rip that off.
Oh, there you
go. Yeah. So, all right, Rob. So, what is the number 10 so far overall bourbon?
All right. So far, overall, number 10 bourbon at a score of 63 is Moonrise Distillery.
Ooh, Georgia Select.
Georgia.
The Georgia
Yep.
Select. Yes.
So that was actually sent to us from my brother. Nate.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Nate.
Yep. I'm trying to remember much about it. See, I always have to remember what we talked about to remember the bourbon.
Yeah.
So what was the score on that you said?
63.
63.
That was the average.
I'm sure it tasted like pecan pie or something.
pie. I think I
there you
actually
go.
did bring that up.
Peaches and pecan pie.
Yeah. So, and unfortunately, that's not something we can easily replicate and have
Right,
again because it's only available in limited quantities down there. But Nate, again, thanks for bringing that up. So that's number 10 overall so far out of 20. That's not bad, right?
That's not bad.
63. The nice thing is we're well above average. 50 is our average,
Yeah.
and so we're 63. We're 13 points above that for the 10th best bourbon we've had. We still got 9 to go.
Right.
We've had a pretty good run.
Yeah.
I feel spoiled.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I look forward to getting together with you guys and just talking and stuff. But of course, the bourbons are nice too.
yeah.
Yeah, in this, the fact that we're having sponsors provide bourbons better than stuff we provided for ourselves, like Old Bardstown, is a good
Yeah.
is a good
Who
deal.
bought that one anyway?
That would be me. Yep.
Yeah.
So
We're bringing in the Kirklands and all that around here.
That wasn't bad.
Kirkland's wasn't bad. Though. I'd drink it again.
Pretty good. I'd like to know what the score is. I forget about that.
I mean, there's only 2 bourbons we've had that I would not drink again, but they're not on this list, so we won't even talk about
Exactly.
Oh yeah, they're
Exactly.
it. So
you can just tee those up for the bottom 3.
bottom 3, that'll come in episode 50. We'll do the top 10 and the
So
bottom
we're agreeing on 50. That's
50.
when we'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so number 9, what we got?
Number 9 is actually a tie
Oh.
between
All right.
2 bourbons. First one, this is at 64, so only a point higher than the last one. Basil Hayden
Okay.
and Fiddler Unison.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Fiddler Unison.
Was that George what? What was the distillery?
Fiddler Unison. I don't remember that.
Can't read your handwriting there.
Well, I mean, it's not surprised. That's a Georgia bourbon too.
It's a Georgia bourbon too, yeah.
Okay.
Did that
So-
come from Nate as well?
No, that was from Mr. D. Watt.
D-Watt.
Yes. Yep. So
Thank you.
Yeah, so
D-Watt.
64 ties. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
So
job.
I think if I remember back, I actually liked the Fiddler better.
Yeah,
The
I would
basil
say you
a little
did.
lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did too.
So
I like the basil. I think I probably rated
it's a fresh.
It
It's a
is.
fresh.
It's just a
bourbon, yeah.
really good. I've introduced it to a couple people now, like who have never had bourbons, and they really like it as a wow. They're like,
Yeah.
because it's got a lot of good flavors, but it's not so overpowering at first that they're like, no, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So
I was hanging out at a local establishment here, not a gentleman's establishment, but like just a local bar. And
I'd like to see the quality of a gentleman's establishment
In Seward, Nebraska. So are you talking about Route 6?
Route 6.
Okay,
yes.
we brought that up many
And-
times on the show. You can
Oh
just
yeah,
call it.
and
are you sponsored?
Greg's a
by
great
us?
dude, and Greg's a bourbon guy. He has some great bourbon tastings in the fall and the winter that we'll have to hit. But anyway, he was talking about a Basil Hayden it was called 2x2, 2 bourbons and 2 ryes combined, and he said, I think he has like one of only. I probably shouldn't even give out this information, but he has like one of only a couple of bourbons or a couple of bottles that in the Midwest maybe, for sure in Nebraska and for sure in Seward. So
Crazy.
you might talk him out of a shot there. He'd probably hate me for saying that. But
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob and I show up and we're both like, hey.
you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
all 2 of us in this room are going to be there,
Yeah. And our one listener.
and our one listener,
Yeah.
2x2.
who's probably not even in the state. So
No, they're in Florida probably,
Yeah.
or
hanging out on the beach with their soulmate.
or in Ukraine somewhere.
Hanging out on the beach, my soulmate.
My soulmate.
1982.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So yeah, but Basil Hayden, I think what's funny is so we scored those similar or exactly the same average, right? But totally different flavor profile.
Oh yeah.
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 You know, one was a bright and fruity, and the other was more bourbony and dark.
Yep.
So it's just
It is interesting.
all different kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. So this would be then 7th place, since the last 2 were tied for 9th, right?
No,
10th, technically. So it'd be, yeah, because the last 2 were tied for 9th, so it'd be the 9th and 8th place.
well, I think there's 11 on there though. So
Is there? Okay.
Call it 8.
Did you catch that? Okay.
yeah.
All right then. So for 8th place.
That was Ben Lewis
Sorry.
math there.
There you go. Good job. So for 8th place was the Portland Burnside from Oregon.
Portland.
That was a surprisingly good bourbon.
That was good.
like we
was.
all thought we saw. Were you here for that, Rob?
Yeah. I was
Okay, I can't remember which ones you were going
Yeah,
for.
nope, I was here.
But I remember we were all like looking at the bottle, like this is going to be trash.
Yeah.
and it was actually really good.
It's very good.
You know,
Yeah. Well, I never go into thinking it's gonna be trash, but I didn't have high expectations.
Rob, I remember you saying I ain't drinking no West Coast bull.
Is that what it was?
Was that before the recording was going on?
That's
Okay,
right.
then maybe I said.
I think we were all, glad to know that the Portland folks think a lot of the Southern generals.
That's true. General Burnside.
Southern.
Yeah, actually, I'm grateful for the people who sent it.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I think his name was Richard.
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 Yeah, that was
Thank
Richard.
you, Richard.
Don't know where he's from. I don't know where he's from. Portland.
No,
I don't know
At
either.
the same time, it was very kind of him to do that, and
But
it was good bourbon.
he's good. Bourbon.
yeah, for all the ribbon. Sorry, Richard. But we like that bourbon
That was
a lot.
yeah.
Thank you.
Like, and I'm actually because obviously I haven't seen it anywhere around here on the shelf, and I'm tempted just to try to go find it online.
Yeah.
And order it again. I really enjoyed it. So
Was that a bottle house that Richard?
no, Richard. I don't know it. No, Bottle House was the first benefactor who we don't know his name of yet. Richard. The shipping address was the Bottle and Keg
Oh,
on that. This is where that came from. So I don't know if that's a Portland, Oregon establishment as well, but that was the shipper. That's
cool.
So,
Yeah, it's good.
so Richard, thanks for putting your name in there, so we at least have
Yeah,
a name to tap.
yeah,
Thanks,
exactly.
buddy.
So we can give a shout out.
appreciate
so,
you.
all right. So number 7 was Old Granddad.
Oh,
now
68 points.
I remember I missed that
is that
one.
a Gary Jewell?
That was Gary Jewell from
Yeah.
from church, and I missed that one. But I have a bottle of that sitting in my house right now,
Nice.
Did you really?
and
You missed it?
I haven't opened
Baseball
yet.
game.
Oh, that's
He was sitting there freezing his tail off.
That's
Of it.
right.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
earlier in this. Okay, that was earlier.
Yeah. Spring.
Totally worth it.
Worth it.
But
That was a good.
I got to open that one though.
There you go. Well, at least you got one you can try.
Yeah, I would recommend.
You have to see if you score
actually
it
know
the
what you
same.
should do is you should invite me over and I'll tell you how good it is.
You guys are all invited.
Okay.
That was bottled in bond, like 100 proof bourbon too.
Well, and so we talked about this on the previous top 10. Is the Old Granddad is basically the Basil Hayden like mash bill,
Oh,
but bottled in bond.
Ah,
interesting.
Yeah,
so slightly longer age.
Yep.
longer age, more little higher proof, so you get a little more complexity. So you do lose a little bit of the brightness of it,
Yep.
but you get more complexity. So I would not recommend it as much to a new bourbon drinker like I would Basil Hayden, but for someone who's given Basil Hayden for a couple weeks,
Yeah.
move them into
There you
the
go. Well, and that makes sense. I mean, even in our order of our taste, right? Boom.
Right.
From a 64 to 68. Cool. All right. So this would be number 6 is Jack Daniel's Triple Mash.
So that's the miniature bottle.
And I was not here for that one.
No,
That-
you missed that one.
That was the
Rob.
700 mil. You're right.
Yeah, so Rob, you need to go find it. Like, it's worth the buy.
Is it? Okay.
So I enjoyed it thoroughly. What
I
was
did
the score on
too.
that?
That was a 71.25.
Yeah, so we're already a C,
I don't know how we got a point.
Yeah. C's get degrees.
dude. Yeah. And so
Trust me.
and we also we need to try to find a way to try the other one. So we had the triple mash. There's also just the new Jack Daniel's bottle and bond. They both come in the 700 milliliter bottle. So we'll need to try that. But the triple mash was phenomenal. Like, and so
Was.
I've alluded to it many a times here. The Coy Hill Jack Daniel's I've had, which is my pinnacle.
Coy Hill.
Coy Hill Jack Daniel's. It is the pinnacle whiskey I've had. Right. And so honestly, the triple mash to me had hints of the same flavor profile. It's obviously way younger. It's obviously not way lower proof. But the flavor, there's hints of that profile that I really enjoyed. And so, yeah, it's for the price, I would buy it all day long. I mean, it's phenomenal.
I feel like JD just has. I'm not a big JD fan, but man, they do have a lot of complex flavors in their stuff, and I think it must just get that from that, where they
Those
store it and everything. And
Tennessee.
And what's funny is like I have no problem with Old Number 9. I mean, it's fine. It's a whiskey. It's fine. But I never like find it special, right? It's just Jack Daniel's. And because of that, I never really got into their smaller stuff, like
gotcha.
the single barrel or all that stuff,
single barrel I like,
or their Coy Hill, or their vintage reserve, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, because if your basic's not fine, why do I want to pay a lot for something?
Yep.
But as I've tried their smaller batch stuff, I'm like, okay,
It's pretty legit.
Yeah.
it's actually to me refreshing to find a company whose small batch stuff is worth that much higher of a price from the regular stuff.
They've been doing it a long time. Those folks in Lynchburg know what they're doing.
Yeah.
By the way, I found that one at Grand Central
In York?
in York, and that's a great grocery store with a great owner. And I think he goes and finds these bourbons.
Very cool.
And they had triple mash and the bottled in bond, and
So why did you not buy both?
I don't know. I should. I mean,
I'll tell you why.
But I get over there a lot.
I'll tell you
That's
why.
My hometown.
It's Biden's economy.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
He did it. All right, number 5 coming in at 73.75 is Blue Note.
Blue Note.
That was a good one.
Yep.
I don't think I was here for that one.
Were you not here? That was the one that like had the whole story that like was bought in Kansas City.
Yeah, I found that in Kansas City, down in the plaza at a cool. It was called Plaza
No,
Liquor.
you were gone.
It was a.
Yeah, so I don't remember Blue Note.
And the other cool part of that one was it was sort of like a salvaged bourbon, really.
That's right.
Because their rick house went down in a storm,
Oh, crazy.
similar to the storm that we had recently.
Yeah.
I don't know, close, but
I don't think we're going to find any bourbons, though.
No, but a lot of corn got destroyed that could make the bourbon.
Oh, that's true.
true.
So it's the bourbon that we'll never know.
That's right.
That was a great bourbon.
Yep. Benson. Was that Benson's last episode?
Might have been
I think it was. Sad man. Yeah. But
Benson.
But yeah, it was good. It was the story was cool, and it, unlike the Derringer, which had a cool story and a crappy bourbon,
Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, sorry. The Blue Note had a cool story, and it was good bourbon to back it up.
Very cool.
So,
Yeah.
All right, so we're halfway through the list.
Yeah.
So, Rob, you missed the first top 10, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, when we hit the halfway point, we like to interject a little culture of what's going on.
Culture.
Yeah.
There's no culture.
Nebraska culture.
Yeah. Like what's going on in life, internet, cool. Like what's trending, right?
Ooh, what's trending?
What's trending? So, first question is, have you taken your kids to a Pride event yet?
A Pride event.
Yeah. Rob's going to kill me.
No.
No. So, do you know there's one in Seward, or not Seward? Probably is, but
We would all know about
there's
that.
a big one in Omaha coming up.
It doesn't surprise me.
So, it's being put on by the Children's Hospital. Okay. Now, it sounds weird, but my wife has to use the Children's Hospital because they are also the only Marfan's Institute in America or in Nebraska, right? Do you keep going there and supporting that, or do you find a hospital that can do the same services? May not be experts in the field.
I think I just look at it as just like this. It's two things for me. One, it's the blind leading the blind, right? So you just have to kind of look at it like they're just walking around with blinders on. They don't know what they're even doing,
Right.
to a degree. And then two, when a corporation or anything of size promotes something, it's only to show and to, in my opinion, it's only to not tick somebody off and be relevant, right? To show, we want to support that so that we get something from it, right? It's like advertising, right? We're going to advertise so that you come to us and buy our product. Now it's a children's hospital and everything, so I was like,
Yeah.
what other choice you really got, right? I mean,
Right.
at some degree, but at the same time, I think it's a lot of just following what society is saying to do. So it's just dumb sheep following other dumb sheep, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to. We're all dumb sheep at the same time,
Yeah.
right? We just had a different shepherd, fortunately, but.
Amen.
You know what I mean? It's okay. They say do this, I'm going to do it, and that's what happens. And nobody questions, nobody fights. And when they do fight, what happens? They quote unquote cancel them or try to in a lot of cases, and we're just seeing a lot of that now. So that's the way I look at it.
I agree with Rob on that, and I would probably add I don't take my kids to straight Pride events either. Like I have a
That's called white supremacy. Right?
yeah, I guess so. I mean, I have a 15-year-old son. No plans to take him to the
Strip club?
the gentleman's club that I mentioned earlier. I mean,
Wait, so he just called Route 6 a strip
There
club?
must be some secret
no,
gentleman's
there's
club in
not.
Seward we don't know about.
There's not. That's a bad joke. But yeah, I'm not going to expose my kid to any sexuality at
Right.
this point. He's a kid. They're kids.
For kids.
Yep.
Yep. And apparently, you have to be 21 to be responsible enough to own a firearm.
Yeah.
But only 14.
Oh, and that one lady wants to lower the voting age to 16. So
It's trash.
they want to lower the voting age so that the indoctrinated kids that they've already indoctrinated will vote for them,
Right.
but not let them have weapons.
Right. And so, no.
Like
You can
people,
vote for
people
us.
get
Either-
this, right?
You
Either
can't.
and I honestly, I have an issue with 21 being drinking age and 25 being the age you can rent a car. Either
Yeah, that's true.
either you are an adult and you get all the rights an adult gets, or you're not. And so either if you want to raise the age to 21 to own a firearm, then it's 21 to be drafted, it's 21 to vote, it's 21 to whatever, emancipate yourself, or leave it at everything should be 18.
Well,
But but thinking about it, like all we're doing is creating a generation of children.
absolutely. And we're keeping them at the house longer and longer.
We insure them longer. We
Well, I mean, how long you can have your kid on your insurance till you're until they're 25 now? I think it is.
Well,
that's
while they're
just
through
that's
college,
just
isn't it?
totally like a number pulled out of somebody's behind.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's as long as they're in college a lot of times. I mean, that's the number I always heard. You can keep them on your insurance.
They're all doctors.
Because they're in college. Yeah, so it's 32. No. But I heard but I think that 24, 25 number came because of college.
Right.
Like, they're in school.
But I know a lot of people I went to college with who
are still at home.
Yeah, no, probably. No, but I mean, I remember so there was kids that whose parents who didn't really have parents. They had people that birthed them, but they didn't have parents. Does that make sense?
Birthing people. Yeah.
Yeah. And so,
were they men?
I don't know, but they
could have been.
I heard they can do that now.
But they did not qualify for scholarships or any of this kind of stuff because their parents' income mattered, but their parents would not give them any money, right?
Oh.
So instead of being 100% merit-based, it was all these other things. But I'm just going to sidetrack from the fact that I think that we need to, as a society, either this is the age where you're an adult, which means you no longer have minority status and you can make all the decisions, or you don't, as opposed to this weird stair-step idea of, at this age you can make this decision, this age you make a decision. I'm okay at 16 getting a driver's license. That's fine. Because that's not really, that gives you no power. It just means you can travel faster than a bicycle. But as far as voting,
wait till your kid turns 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got my license at 15. A lot of kids get their license around here at 14 still.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean,
School permits.
Yeah.
And such.
But think about it. How many kids 50 years ago at 15 did a lot of real stuff?
Right.
Well, and what's funny about even the buying gun thing, that's like buying or owning a handgun or owning I guess they want to do it. Do they want to do any guns? Because I remember as a kid, I could go in and buy a shotgun.
Right now, it's 21 and up
Could I
for a
buy it?
handgun,
No.
18 up for a long rifle.
So I couldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't buy them,
You could possess
but I
them.
could possess them. That's what's funny about it, right? It's
Well, and honestly, that's still it. Right now, it's 21 to buy a handgun, 18 to possess it.
Right.
makes no sense.
16 drive, 18 vote, 18 buy a gun, 21 drink a beer,
25 rent a car.
5 years old. I'm a
girl.
I'm not a boy. I'm a girl. Oh, you're fine.
You're good to go. We're
Whatever.
What's happening?
It's broken. It's broken.
Well,
So-
it's been broken. Just getting brokener. I mean, is that
More
What do you,
broken.
what do you call
More
it?
broken?
Birthing pains?
birthing?
Isn't that what you said?
Oh yeah, the birth,
Birth pains. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyclic.
pain.
And that's why I say so. I posted out this earlier this week, and this will before we move back into where we're at. But there's my 3 pieces of advice that I give anybody, and for I'm not saying that we're living in the end times. We're living in a changing time.
Well,
that's what I put.
We're closer than we've been all
Every
day.
day we're closer to the end.
Right. Yeah. But I think we're actually living in something that we're living in a time that if our parents had passed, like they're not, like either we're living in a time of biblical ends, or but at the very least we're living in a time of Western ends.
Yeah.
Like the Western culture is ending. It's changing, morphing, maybe not ending, but changing or morphing, right?
What's the word over there? It's more imminent
Yes.
that it's coming.
We're living in a managed decay. That's what
It's like it's like one thing to see the train coming down the track a long way off. You can see the light. You know it's coming. But
we can hear the engine.
But yeah, now you're like, oh, the light is really bright. It's right there. It's in
Yeah.
that tunnel right in front of me. Any second now.
Yeah.
Like
Come, Lord
I
Jesus.
feel like it's almost there. Not like you said. We don't know if it's literally going to hit us or if it's still a little ways off.
Yeah.
But it's way closer than it was not that long ago.
But my 3 pieces of advice for anybody who's listening to this, or if you hear this, tell your friends. 1, right?
Yeah, please.
Our
We need more listeners.
We need more listeners. So 1 is stay in the Word, pray. Right,
100%.
That's the same thing. Second one is network with people you trust, and the third one is keep your powder dry.
Keep powder dry.
Keep your powder dry.
A lot easier to do that nowadays. than
Look it
used to
up.
be.
Yes, yeah. We have to. I mean, unless the powder goes out,
It's true.
Yeah, humidity gets out.
But I mean, with everything in a casing, it makes it
Helps.
a lot
It helps
easier than it used to be.
But I mean, I got some black powder there still for reloading. So
Who was the pastor back in the Revolutionary War that made a call to take the hymnals out of the church and use them as the
wadding.
wadding? What was that pastor's name? I forget.
That's
but
a cool story though.
That's
yeah, he the British were coming and he's like told his told his congregation, like, grab the hymnals, boys. We're going to use that as the watering. I mean, he was leading them out into battle.
Yeah, and so and like they're like the next thing they're coming for is guns. I mean, they just are, right? They're coming for our guns. They're coming for our rights.
They're trying to move the goalposts all the time.
What in the last 26 months would make you want to trust the government either side?
Exactly.
Either side.
I'm seeing more reasons to own guns than not.
Yeah,
for sure.
But if you do have a gun and you do not want to keep it because you're ashamed of it, you can mail it to manhood.neat.
Yeah. Send me at info@manhood.neat.com and I will give you the address to send it to.
That's
We'll
right.
dispose of that
I will even pay the
properly.
shipping.
Yeah.
We will pay the shipping.
And we'll properly dispose of it.
Yes.
In a boating accident.
Into probably dispose of it into my safe.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, Rob, number 4.
Number 4 at a score of 75. Getting close to 100 here.
That's legit.
Is a 1920 Old Forester.
Ooh,
Dude, I still feel like that's
that's
low.
classic, dude.
I know it feels low.
What
That was
what would
great
that car be? A 1970 or a 75
Oh
75.
gosh, that'd be a
Old Forester?
Well, see, the thing is, you guys keep always going to like old school muscle cars,
Oh.
which I like,
I know.
but I have a hard time. Like, they're all so cool compared to
That's
modern
true.
cars. You know,
because that's more about your like dislike versus it's like Dodge versus Chevy versus Ford
like
versus,
Mopar versus
versus technology or you talking about more like technology like the
Well, no, I
newness?
just think of like modern cars. Like, there's very clear lines of what's great and not, right?
Right.
So, like, to me, so
Baseline.
yeah, because
50.
Yeah.
we gotta go. So 50, a Mustang GT. So the nice thing about Mustang GT is it's existed in so many generations, and it's always kind of been just a mediocre car, an average car, like, right. So to me,
except for
the 80s
What would John Wick's 69 like Boss 428 be?
in that time frame when it came out.
No, right now.
or Eleanor.
No. You got to take it out. No, Eleanor was not a.
Yeah.
Well, not an original.
Eleanor.
No. See, that's a Shelby GT500, so it's a different car. So
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to take the car and the day it was built.
I got you.
So a Mustang GT is a 1977 Mustang GT.
77?
I don't know. I'm just choosing some random year.
They were gross in the set.
They were
70s.
horrible.
I was
77.
not even alive yet. So
At least pick a decent year.
all right.
When you
96.
say Mustang GT,
96 GT?
Last year the 50.
Okay,
Yeah. Oh, the
yeah.
Fox body?
That's
yeah,
where
okay.
I always go.
I'll take that.
I go to 50 Fox body.
That's fine.
Like state patrolmen were driving them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So last year
They still have that on Nebraska State Patrol still has it.
They do.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
every time I go to a car show, that guy's there. And it's like 100 and some thousand miles on it. And it's still cherry though.
Still
It's
roll.
awesome.
So you take a Mustang GT from that era, right? Whatever year you want to choose. It's the perfect 50 car because you can go a long ways down from it, but you can also go a long ways up.
Yeah,
Right?
I get it.
And so it's a 75 to me today, right? Today. So today, a 75. To me, a 75 is always just a BMW M3.
Really.
Like, I love the M3.
You like the M3s? I like the M5s a little better.
I've never driven
I do too,
one.
but M5 is an 80.
So what would like a Supra GTR be? Like
Ooh.
that'd be a higher than a 75.
What year?
79.
Well, what year Supra?
Like
No, any
brand
year.
new
Brand new ones.
or whatever.
They're sick.
They're sick, but there's something about the
Older ones.
88s. And
Well, yeah, you just
89s.
love it's nostalgia,
It's
though.
beautiful, man.
like those old Skylines. Those are
All right.
kinda cool, too.
So let's move it into the outside of the sports car area,
Okay.
okay.
right?
Okay.
So if we're going to move into like SUVs, okay?
Okay.
Today, a 50, it's a Ford Explorer, right? It's always worked. Nothing wrong with it. Does the job.
Okay.
A 75 would be... I'd probably go with a
Like a maybe a Jeep Wrangler.
Jeep Wrangler Sport, maybe? Or, I don't... It's a Sahara. What's the next one?
Yeah. Not a Rubicon.
No,
yeah.
Rubicon would be closer. Now, the new Grand Wagoneer,
But is a Jeep
85.
But is a Jeep an SUV?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It's a true SUV.
It has true utility, not just like
Compared to
going
an
get groceries.
Explorer?
That's why the Explorer's a 50.
Well, but Explorer's a family car.
Yeah.
That's where I'm basing it on that. So to go into the Jeep realm, I'd be looking at like a Jeep Cherokee or a Jeep
So where would you put a
Grand Cherokee.
Where would you put a Grand Cherokee?
A Grand Cherokee depends on
Grand Cherokee, all-wheel drive, V8.
V8.
So
Probably in the 60s. 64,
okay.
65.
Trackhawk.
All-wheel drive.
Ooh, the Trackhawk. Oh, dude, that goes up to like 78.
That's a totally different
80.
class.
Dude, that thing's sick.
It's totally, yeah.
All right, so
Where's a Hummer H1 then in that category?
H1?
90.
Is that really an SUV, though?
Yes.
Sure,
Because
you can take your
H1 is
family in
just
that.
a military vehicle transformed into...
Have you sat inside of a
Yes.
H1?
I never have.
No, not a Humvee. An actual
Yes,
H1.
an actual H1, yes.
They're really nice inside.
They are nice, but I wouldn't call it an SUV. I would call it an awesome demilitarized vehicle.
That's not a classic vehicle. That's like an
is that,
F4 is a
SUV?
declassified military aircraft.
To me, if it's not something that you would have your wife go to the grocery store in, it's not an SUV.
If it was pimped out like
If it's a 90 car, I'm not letting my wife drive it to the grocery store.
pimped out with
So-
body armor,
Yeah.
95, and maybe a turret on
All right.
top.
So staying in the SUV world, what's 100?
Ooh, see, that's tough.
Not-
I would
it's-
probably
it's-
say...
Don't say it's a Mercedes.
No.
Like or something like
you know
that.
what it would be for me? It would be something like, and I don't even know if they make this. I'm just going to throw it out there. But something like, imagine a Denali. I say Denali because I'm not big on the Cadillac side, right?
I'm a
So-
GMC guy.
You're not gonna say an
GMC
electric Hummer. Or,
No. GMC
Tesla.
Denali, like a Suburban, but done by Hennessy
Oh,
Motorsports.
Okay.
so
So
not
they take it and they say, let us put our spin on it.
now. So
And all of a sudden, that thing went
Hennessy
from
doesn't
like
do
a
that.
75 to 100.
but Callaway does. Callaway does a Denali.
I know Hennessy doesn't, but I promise you, if you said, hey, I would like an SUV and I'm willing to pay for it, they would do it.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So if you took a Jeep, a brand new Jeep Rubicon,
yeah.
that to me that'd be like an 80.
And I love them. Don't get me wrong.
And then you send that to like American Expedition Vehicles in Montana or something, they immediately make it a 90.
But see, that's a different class for me. That's more like Broncos,
Yeah, that's not
You know,
truly like a.
but the new
Blazers,
Bronco's trash.
and I'm talking like 70s
Yeah.
and whatever. I'm talking about true off-road vehicles like the old FJs and the
the mid
you know what
70s
I mean?
Toyota,
Even in the Toyota Cruisers and the Toyota
the Land Cruiser.
Land Cruisers.
So
All-
what's the best
Yeah.
factory off-road vehicle you ever had
Oh, best.
or driven?
The best one I've ever owned was a CJ5. I had a
Beautiful.
73? Yeah, 73 CJ. No, 71 CJ5. Loved it. It had the 304 in it. It was great.
To me, like the pinnacle of it'd be a Wrangler, and for me, the best Wrangler ever built was the 06 Wrangler Rubicon.
Oh, I had one of those.
Unlimited. The
Wow, not
quite
a standard.
Just I like that one too. But I have an 05 Unlimited. It's not a Rubicon, but I really love that car. But if I put a lower geared transfer case and I had lockers front and rear, I'd probably call that a 75, just
That'd
like
be
that.
cool.
So it's gonna sound terrible, but when I was overseas, I had a Land Rover Discovery,
Those are cool.
like the old tall ones.
The
you know?
old ones?
Yeah.
That was 80s?
No, this was a 2000.
Oh, it was 2000.
I mean, they said that but they had that same kind of body style.
Yeah.
You know,
They didn't change much.
Did it?
No.
over the years.
but
Was it reliable? Did it leak fluids everywhere? Did it?
so I had it, and then I also had a Jeep Grand Cherokee while I was there. And the Land Rover I had until it got hailed on for my life.
What's with you and hail?
Yeah. So it was hilarious.
Saudi Arabia?
Oh, it was Kuwait. But I was driving across the desert, right? Like just GPS point to GPS point to meet up with the convoy. And all of a sudden, like this hailstorm, and this is during the wet season, the whole week and a half.
Out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Only hailstorms happen in 1,000 years.
Were
Yeah.
they 200-pound hail with
Dude,
like
it was
blood in
insane.
them?
Like it broke
Were they on fire as they fell?
fire and blood. Yeah, so it broke the moonroof out, whatever, and
man.
just bent it in.
That's good stuff.
And so but where I looked at, there's four of us like rolling together. We all get destroyed. We show up to the convoy, and the convoy's like, "What happened to your guys' Land Rovers?" And we're like, "The hailstorm." And they're like, "What?
Hailstorm.
Like you didn't see the big?" They're like, "No." Like, no, seriously, there's a hailstorm. And I'm like, "Yeah, sure there was." So that happened, and then so we had those, and then because of that storm, they replaced it with Grand Cherokees. Grand Cherokee's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but those like the Grand Cherokees, I think were better on the highway. But as far as like Bajan across the desert,
No, they're horrible.
what is?
The Grand Cherokee's off road.
Oh,
They're very incapable.
yeah. But the Land Rover,
But they
Yeah.
ride
Got
really
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Those had like electric diffs and all that stuff.
Yeah, and had the automatic
That was
like,
like-
height control.
Yeah.
Type of crap.
Yeah.
I hear it's bzzz in there when it's going. up
And they
down.
were kind of luxurious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're comfortable.
I always felt bad about it because like I had this nice ride, super cold air conditioning. They all had a, and like we'd roll in, we'd do like our stuff, and we're like t-shirt and shorts, and then like the army's there in full battle rattle, like sweating to death in their Humvee without air conditioning.
Yeah,
Windows
like-
open.
gives them something to talk about. There's probably guys still today sitting around the campfire talking about. Remember them bastard contractors that
Yeah.
Remember that guy Aaron Nolan?
Roll
Yeah.
bro.
roll up on those really nice Cherokees,
Remember that guy that
come out in shorts and looking all cold.
I'm pretty sure he stole my Jeep that one time.
No, yeah. It's actually
I'm pretty sure he trashed his Land Rover just so he could get that Jeep.
so the story that Ben's referring to. This is
Don't even tell it, man.
no, I gotta tell it. Dude, this is hilarious. I don't know if I told about this. So the day I was supposed to come back home, right? So I'm at Camp Virginia in Kuwait. I've got it lined up for some fellow contract guys to take me to the Kuwaiti International so I can fly home. Right? I'm done. I've turned in my vehicle. I've turned in my badge. Everything. I'm done. And so I'm sitting at Camp Virginia, and I'm like, hey guys, we got to leave now. Like I got a plane to catch. And the guys that were coming in, we didn't get along. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll take you when we take you. And I'm like, I don't have time anymore. So I start calling buddies. They're like, no, dude, we're not anywhere around. We can't get you. So finally, I see a KBR
Oh man,
vehicle roll up. The dude runs out, runs into the porta potty, leaves the vehicle running, and I'm like, I'm going home.
see ya.
Yep, I hopped into the vehicle and just took off. And my only regret in the whole thing is I did not stay long enough to see his face when he walked out.
What I want to ask you is, when you got to the airport, did you just leave it running?
Oh, I did. I
yes,
did.
totally.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Here's the keys.
So it's just completely
park
out of
that there.
gas.
And
by
I
the time
parked
they
it in
find
like
I'm
the bomb
abandoning it.
area. Where
Oh,
you
perfect.
can't
Don't park here. I will.
Yeah. Yeah. But I did at least notify KBR while I was in transit. Hey,
Uh-oh.
this is where your vehicle's at. You can go get it. But I really wish.
funny.
So, hey,
Right.
Mr. John Doe, if you walked out of if you took a huge crap in Kuwait in like 2006 and you got done, your car was gone.
Oh, man.
My bad, dude.
That's good
My
stuff.
bad.
He looks really sorry here, Mr. Dondo.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
All right. That's the next one?
Okay, number 3 at 77.3 is 1792. The one we just had. The
Oh, yeah. It was last week.
Just last week.
yeah,
That one was
the 125
Cash strength?
proof. Yeah, cash
Yeah.
or barrel proof.
What did it score?
125 proof.
77.3. And that was only 3 of us scoring though. So
It's true. But, Dylan
Dylan could have brought it
he would
down.
have brought it up. Dylan,
Would he?
Yeah. Hey,
Well, remember-
that's pretty good.
Well, but anything that's really strong, he's
But-
like you
Yeah.
high proof snobs and all that.
Yeah, it's-
like whatever.
Indeed.
Indeed.
All right, that was a good one. Now that was a store pick, right?
That's 1792. Yes. Yeah. The still in Lincoln, down south there, store pick. They bought a barrel.
But I think you can find that section to do cash strength, other store picks, probably a lot of different places.
Very good.
It was good.
Yeah.
We'll have to finish that one of these
Absolutely.
weekends. We did not kill that bottle
no, I'd be dead.
because we didn't want to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
It was very good though.
all right.
I promise not to make a slush out of that one.
Yeah.
Please don't.
That's a neat.
That's a neat
drinker.
all the way.
It's neat.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, number 2 at 77.6. So only 0.3 points higher. Put this thing at number 2 over the 1792 was Old Scout Smooth Ambler.
Oh,
That was good.
that was delicious.
And so the Smooth Ambler, because I think Smooth Ambler is the brand, Old Scout is the bottle.
Yeah.
But they make the contradiction is their lower proof version.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean, it's okay, but the Old Scout's really, really good.
Kind of amazing. Like, you got to think about it. It's probably the same barrels, same everything. All they did was just let
Age.
it sit longer.
Yeah. And then not water it down.
Yeah.
and I know we don't talk about cost very often, but that's not an expensive bourbon,
No.
is it? Like $40 maybe for a 750.
Yeah, maybe high 40s.
Maybe we should start saying what the cost
Cost
of
of
bourbon is when we look them up. I don't want to do that though for the people that send us bourbons, but the stuff that we bring in, maybe like, hey, it cost us.
Yeah.
For all those listeners out there,
All three of them.
all three of them, if they want to go buy it.
Well, it's true though too. Is like because especially as we get more on our list. So if I can get let's say I can get A and we scored it a third of a point lower, but it's $20 cheaper
Right.
Yeah,
or $10 cheaper.
That's true.
And we don't like guarantee to be scientists or aficionados. I mean, I'm not at all. Like
Our palates could be
my
completely
palate
opposite
is
of somebody
completely
else.
different.
I'm just a farmer.
Yep.
I've been told that many times.
I keep getting reminded.
Get over it, man. Gosh.
All right, so where are we at?
We're at number 1.
Number 1, the big dog.
Here's the big one.
I know what it is.
At 81.25 is the George Dickel, that 15-year George Dickel we had.
That was good.
That was really
Very good.
And so
And that was a gift.
That was a gift as well.
And that was very...
From an anonymous.
that's the unknown benefactor.
And that was
And we have one more
amazing
bottle
bourbon.
from them that we have not yet had.
Oh, really?
That'll be probably next week. Next week. The Cooperstown.
Oh.
So
Oh, cool.
So what's funny about the Dickel is I've been talking to some people about it because I enjoyed it. So I've been trying to spread the word when I'm either doing a little Destiny playing or whatever. But two
Some
reactions.
12-year-old he's playing against in Destiny.
Yeah.
Hey, you should try the George Dickel.
In like 9 years, dude. This is going to be so good.
Who's this creepy guy telling you to drink
Yeah.
bourbon?
But what's funny is so the guys I talked to, either one love it or two hate it.
Really?
Really.
And so I either get the same notes we talked about when we had it. People get the thing that some people get who don't like it is they taste Flintstones vitamins all day long. Which I got none of. I got none of.
No.
And so
Well, are they drinking the 15-year-old?
those.
Is that what they're saying?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. And actually, one of them is one of our advertisers.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'll say his name. I ain't gonna. What's he gonna do? Come beat me up? D-Watt was like, he's like, really?
He
you
didn't
didn't get
like it?
Flintstone? He goes,
He's having too many peaches, and
well, he says
Pecan
he
pie.
says all Dickel products he gets strong vitamin flavor.
on Dickel products.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude,
Really?
quit being unhealthy. Eat some vitamins.
Yeah, no doubt.
Was
You
that
know?
was that a Ohio bourbon or was that a Tennessee?
George Dickel? No,
Yeah.
Dickel's Tennessee, isn't it?
Tennessee, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
But
Huh.
Could be
but,
wrong.
But he even said he was like a lot of people like it. He wasn't mad at us for it, but he just
No, I get it.
No. I
it's
get
just
it.
the opposite of the spectrum.
But
So.
it just shows our, palates. It's just
Yeah.
what it is.
But it is funny that the 4 of us or 5 of us, however many there were for George Dickel, love that one.
Well, maybe it has something to do with think about all the things we eat on a regular basis here.
Beef.
So our beef, corn, you know what I mean? Just our palates are subjected to similar
That could be.
foods, right?
Well,
and
and
in the South, there's a lot of things we don't eat on a regular basis. I enjoy,
beans.
but I don't. Yeah, greens,
Collards.
okra. A lot of things I enjoy and like grits. I love grits. Things like that you don't get on a regular basis.
Good barbecue.
But if that was my if that was my staple, my palate would be it would
Chicken
'cause-
sandwiches with bones in them.
Man, I'm hungry now.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying. When I lived overseas and I was in Asia, right, in Japan,
Kimchi.
just a lot of fish, a lot of roots and fish were like their big staples.
We said roots like
Roots like roots like oh gosh, one of the roots I remember. So this was a funny root. I forget the name of it, but it smelled. When you smelled it, it literally smelled like poop. Like you would think somebody took a dump in this
was it good?
thing.
And you continued
But when
on.
you tasted it, it was super sweet and it was really good. It was amazing because I guess it reacted with the acid on your tongue and it changed it instantly when it reacted. So it was weird. It was really weird. I remember that the guy that brought it and he's like, "Hey, check this out." I thought it was just hilarious. And we were just like, "Dude, get that away," because it was just so bad. But he was eating it. I'm like, "Wow, I'm one of those. I'll give it a shot." But anyway, long story short, my palate was a little different coming back, having eaten so much seafood, so much, roots and vegetables and things, that it was different. And it was almost, and I still enjoyed the things I had here in the States, but you know what I mean? Like It took a while for that to kind of like wear off, right? That mercury taste in my mouth from all the fish.
Mercury. All right. So last question, and we're gonna go.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
So, sorry, Lewis. Outside of American, what's your favorite type of food?
As an American?
No, outside of America.
Outside of American. Oh boy, it'd be Mexican food.
Mexican food.
Yeah.
Outside. Well, that's kind of American anymore, right?
I mean, we probably have Americanized Mexican food where we are at.
Yeah, and
I do love authentic Mexican food as well.
Hey, go to Mexico and have it. It's
Yeah.
good. Me, gosh, I would have to go with. I like good seafood.
Yeah, seafood's not a country.
I know, but
Chowder?
like Asian seafood, like the way they make it over there.
You like sushi?
I do.
Like
I
Thai,
love it.
Japan.
You like sushi, Aaron?
I like a little bit of everything. So I like the spiciness of Thai, and I like a lot of the stuff they do with like they do a lot of really cool things with like the spices and things in their dishes. But I like the meats of the Korean meats, like a lot of because they do a lot of more like what they would consider a barbecue, right?
Korean barbecue.
Yeah, kind of Korean barbecue. But I like a lot of the Japanese fish. They do a really good job like making fish not taste like fish.
Sure.
It's because it's really fresh and everything, really high quality. But and then Japanese, they have a really good soups, really good broth and things like that.
So for you, I'm gonna say Far East. So
Yeah,
not so much Chinese
yeah.
food, but like
everything
Japanese, Vietnamese,
go
Korean,
from Japan and just move
Korea,
move
Vietnam,
towards move inland towards Thailand
Mao.
and everything. Yeah, all that. I love it.
So for me, honestly,
There
like,
you
I mean, I like all food to start with, so I'm not hating anything, but man, I do love Middle Eastern food, like shawarmas,
Those are good too.
you know, and then the Greek stuff, which, you know, there's a lot of similarity between like Greek food and Middle Eastern, but yeah, like I don't want to go back to the Middle East for any other reason than to eat. Like, I can eat shawarmas all day.
Stop by King Kong once in a while and Lincoln.
Yeah, I mean, King Kong's good, but it's, I mean,
It's not the same.
no. And then, I don't know if you ever had the flattened chicken where they like flatten it and it's got the garlic mayonnaise on it. And the pickled
I might have.
pickled peppers.
I might.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good stuff.
When I was in the UAE, I had a lot of good stuff there
Okay.
too. It was great.
You get Chinese once in a while when you're in Seward.
No,
They're going out of
I've
business.
tried it once.
They have a great restaurant. They're going out of business.
Yeah.
They are.
I didn't know.
Yeah. They're just, because they don't have dining anymore, not making
All
it.
takeout.
I
they-
figured they were just killing it with
But
only takeout.
Their mushu pork is really good.
Oh.
It's the only thing I get there. But yeah. They're,
Really nice people too.
yeah.
They're nice, but
But the mushu pork is the only thing that's good there. Yeah.
okay.
You know, Seward's got some new stuff coming in for food and
Jimmy John's.
things like that. Jimmy John's.
Well,
is
it's already
rolling in.
there, right?
I actually grabbed one on the way just the other day.
Did you see the coffee shop? That one, JD's shut down.
Closing down.
They're bringing in a bagels and
Bagels and Joe's, and I've been to that at Lincoln.
in Lincoln. It's very good.
It's really good. You know what they have there? It's really good. They do a ton of different cream cheeses,
Schmears.
schmears.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Really good.
So,
I'm excited for that part.
Love a good bagel.
Oh man,
all right.
It's like eating 8 pieces of bread, but that's all right.
who cares?
Screw it.
We need to all go to Hero 66.
I was just thinking some.
You mean
Sunday
Hero
after
88?
church.
That's it. Yeah.
66.
Or 77 is pretty good too. Right in the middle.
Whatever it's called. Yeah.
I would roll in there after church.
Was that the one before Hero 88?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the original.
That's the original.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
No, I love Hero 88. It's good. It's really
All right. Lewis, close the prayer, man. We're
All right.
call tonight.
Well, Lord, we thank you for bringing us together again. We thank you for a lighthearted discussion, and we still hope, Lord, that you are glorified in that discussion, and that you find a way to use our goofiness for your good. We thank you for these friends. We thank you for our listeners, and Lord, we just pray that you would bring us all close to you, no matter how that looks, and just make us a part of that kingdom. That's what it's all about here, and we sure hope that we're serving you in that way. We thank you, and we praise you for your goodness. Thank you for your son, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, guys. Just thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time on the Manhood Neat podcast.